I don't think you washed.
Wash.
Yeah.
No.
It's not truly your shirt until you wash it. I can never wear a shirt like straight out of the store. I don't know why. It has a weird texture. It's got this texture.
Or until you have sex in it.
Yeah, that's another story.
Why would you want to have sex with
Travis thinks he's cool.
Yeah.
It's an intimate skin-on-skin relation feeling, I think.
I am cool.
Am I in the camera? Because it's like...
Nope, and that's the way it should be.
It's a clean 45-degree Tyler
No
today.
luck.
Hey.
Tyler, yeah,
Can I see
Tyler's in the
the
closet.
back of your shirt, though? I actually did not get a good
Nope.
look at it.
If you weren't being a little bitch and believed me when I told the
I
story
did.
originally... No, you didn't!
I-
No, you didn't!
I'll let you look at
I believe you.
I'll show you
I
something
believe
cool
you.
if you let
Thank
me
you.
see that.
Oh! I'll show you mine if you show me yours. But
I don't know if I want to see,
I
but
was
it's
looking
some
very
like Predator
cool.
leaked
Oh,
photo or something.
It's someone describing the photo.
It is Predator related, but I won't say what.
Are we? Oh god.
How was your trip?
Amazing.
When did you get back?
No, we're not going
3 days
public.
ago? Ish?
Okay.
4 days ago, perhaps?
For some reason I thought you were gonna be there longer, but I guess it went by pretty quick.
It does. It was 3 weeks, but
Holy
it did
shit.
go by pretty quick.
It didn't seem that long.
Yeah, man.
It was awesome?
It
Did
was
it change your
amazing.
life?
Amazing time. I think it might have.
Yeah. Did you visit any temples?
Many temples.
Many
There's-
temples. I hear it's
like,
like
you know,
all
in like
temples.
America, North America, we have like a McDonald's on every corner. There, they just have a temple on every
Yeah,
corner. There's
that's
temples
cool.
everywhere.
I want to go there someday.
What? Where are my sunglasses? Are we all?
You're not part of the little
Pass me
party.
the sunglasses.
What the fuck? Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to be part.
I
of
took
it.
mine off before I came in here.
Good. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GeekVerse Podcast, episode 185. I'm the cool guy, Travis Snell.
The coolest of guys. I'm back, baby. Dylan Luss.
I am your friendly neighborhood podcaster, Kirkland Patzer.
Nice.
I am the Predator, Taylor
No, you
Field.
can't.
That is
damn,
very
that
mis-
sounds bad.
That does sound bad.
Not
It's like, hide your
I'm the
kids.
predator. Yeah, hide them from the guts. Hide them from everything. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to this podcast. We got a good one. Dylan Musk, welcome back from your
Thank you so
hiatus.
much. Thank
Yes,
you so
yes.
much.
And it's a good thing you're back because you're also not going to be allowed to be back on the Gauntlet because Gauntlet this week is me and Kirkland. You know what? Kirkland, he did the immortal sin. He ignored me, you know, so I'm going to make him pay this Sunday title match. And I'd like to announce here that Dilmas will not be calling it. I need to focus. I need to stay tuned. He just distracts me and he's annoying, so that's happening.
Excuses.
You can check out the title match. I won't spoil it. That happened with Tyler and Taylor, but people are saying there's some controversy there in that Mario Kart round. I don't know what they're talking about. I just saw you playing a great game of Mario.
A lot of
so-
bullshit is happening.
I don't know.
That's what I would say. I'm not allowed to commentate. Like, if you can't handle people in the room talking about the game, then, I mean, are you really even a competitor? in the
I
first
want
place?
unbiased sports commentators, you know?
Some say I'm the least biased commentator
I've
of
heard
all
that.
time.
Some say
I've heard
that's
that.
the biggest load of manure. And the biggest
I've
load of
heard
manure is
Load.
that
Share the load.
in that Mario Kart match, that was all you, right? Like, I know you're a little bigger,
Yeah, I was
but...
wearing my kick-ass costume.
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
time. That was just a shout-out to the original, Gauntlet recordings we were doing.
Yeah, there was nothing going on there. That was all Taylor. So check out that title match. That's live. Sports title match is coming this Sunday. And then next week is Deadpool review. I'm not sure if we'll be doing that the Thursday or Friday. We got to discuss that. But either way, that
We'll see.
weekend or week, whatever, there'll be a Deadpool 2 spoilers review. Then the week after that is Solo. So that's why we're doing E3 predictions, because I think there might be a newscast, maybe, but if not, get them done. But yeah, so 2 big reviews, so make sure you subscribe, check back, because I think we're all going to like Deadpool 2, and I think Solo is going to be I think that's going to be the interesting one.
It'll be a good talking point either way, so it should be a fun cast.
Yeah.
I honestly going to predict that Deadpool 2 is going to be pretty simple. I don't think it's going to...
Be better than the first.
No, I just mean, like, I think we're all going to enjoy it. I don't think it's going to do anything where, like, oh, that was really bad, or that was... I just think it's going to be, like, at least a solid movie, but maybe it's not. Maybe Superman...
They've been
dies.
advertising and, throwing all sorts of marketing campaigns out there, so they feel pretty confident on it,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah, lots of fish.
Lots of fish.
On that note of superhero stuff, check out the superhero Roddernaut episode. It's pretty good, very superhero themed. We won't be doing another Roddernaut episode
Ever!
this month. We'll keep the superhero theme going off. Me and Ruben, we need to take a break. It's very exhausting.
Many hours.
Many vigorous hours.
And we can announce that I was a special guest now, because it's not...
Yes, Travis was a special guest on that show.
So if you want... Thanks.
You make it sound like
Thanks.
he forced you to have it on the show.
Thanks, Wolf Order, brother. And I didn't get the
Yes.
invite. No, I just broke into Ruben's fucking house and guess who's on Raw or not this week,
Really?
bitches, or you're fired. You know who's gonna be fired? No one, because we gotta get ready for E3, and that's what we're doing right now with news.
I want to quickly just throw a couple shout outs out there. You know, to you guys mostly, it's awesome that I can go off for a few weeks and not worry about, you know, the podcast at all, and you guys completely covered it, and, you know, I saw some of the highlights, and you guys were definitely popping off, having a good time, so.
Were you worried?
No, I wasn't worried. That's what's awesome.
He was. He texts me every day. Don't let Taylor.
I can go and not worry, and I know you guys can cover it, and that's awesome. And then shout out to the fans as well, because the Avengers episode was massive, and I'm very sad I missed the review. But you know,
me too.
I'm glad that everyone listened to it, because that was a crazy big episode for us, and even every episode after that, like, you know, people who tuned in for that have been sticking around. So.
Yeah.
Big shouts. And then also, if you're watching on YouTube, you might see there's some like different art on the back wall here. Briggs got those from a trip he was on. It's Jizu art. She does a lot of like Smash related art and stuff like that, and it's really good stuff. So you should check out, I don't know, on Twitter or something, wherever she sells that stuff. She has really awesome artwork, and she's been around the Melee community for many years. So
it's really impressive.
Yeah,
I really like that one. That's sick.
Yeah, the Fire Emblem one.
Of course.
Yeah.
The Fire Emblem.
So
you should have seen Taylor's. Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say whatever transition Travis is on, we can hop back.
No, I was gonna shut up because I did that at the end of the last episode. I forgot. Yeah, with the fans listening to Infinity War, thanks, because last month was our biggest month, so that was huge. We're still in the top 100 for the Infinity War episode, so it's been over last 2 weeks. Yeah. So you guys have been supporting that big time. It's literally, I think, 200, like just a little over 200 away from being our biggest episode ever on SoundCloud. So keep plugging away. Thank you very much for sharing that. And yeah, the support means a lot. This time we're going to do some a little different newscasts. We're going to usually do movies and TVs first, but we're going to do E3 because E3, I think there's a bit more talking to it. And then if we go a little long, we can, you know, maybe not have to talk about hybrids of certain dinosaurs, but, you know. E3, I want to announce right here that is coming up. Well, I know, you guys know E3 is coming up, but
you heard it here first.
GeekVerse exclusive, E3 is happening.
Inside scoop.
Yeah, but our coverage will be happening. There's going to be a collection of the team members there for Saturday and Monday. Saturday. Yeah, we're gonna review. Yeah. The only thing we won't be covering is Nintendo on Tuesday because we already got to take Monday off for work, and Nintendo's kind of a crapshoot. Last year they had a phenomenal press conference, so it sucked to miss it. But then the year before it was just Zelda, so you never know. We'll cover that the next GeekVerse news after, but we'll be doing the conferences for Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It'll be some collection of us and Jessica and Tyler, so that'll be lots of fun. If you don't know, we do a watch along, so you can watch the conference with us, and then right away we jump on YouTube, review the press conference, and then for the podcast listeners, that'll be up there right away. It won't be all on Friday like the regular episode. You're gonna get about 5 to 6 episodes in 2 days,
as soon as possible.
Yeah. So that's coming up, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. E3. Did you guys have anything to add before we jump into E3 overall here?
No, let's do it.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Body's ready.
Let's start with Sony. I don't know how do we want to do this? Do you guys want me to say Sony and say, well, Sony's a bit different, but with the other ones, like I have rumored games, or do we want to talk about what we expect with the press conference, and then I would say some of the rumors going around?
Oh man, that's a lot to think about.
I forgot.
Sony, what they're doing this year is they announced like 4 games that they're going to talk about big time.
Yeah.
Which is kind of different than last year's, really, where you didn't really know what to expect exactly. Well, you could anticipate that they're going to talk about a couple games, but you didn't really know for sure. But I guess this year they are switching it up and want to focus on 4 games.
Last of Us, Spider-Man, Death Stranding. Oh God, why am I forgetting? Yeah. There's only 4. Last of Us, Death Stranding. Ghost of.
I can't remember what it's
Tsushima, something like that.
Tsushima.
It looks like it's kind of like a high futuristic, like ninja samurai game. Sucker Punch, they did the infamous game. But yeah, so they said they're just gonna, they'll have other announcements and whatnot, but it's gonna be a big showcase of the 4.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea because if you look at the internet right now, it's very divided. There's a big hubbub that people are kind of mad that, like, 1, it's just these games, and 2, it's like they're laying out the show. But I think it's kind of a good idea because if the big showcase is going to be with these 4 games, we're not going to be disappointed. We're going to know what's coming because I was thinking about this all day, and I thought about the perfect analogy for this. I haven't got to drop an analogy in a while. I'm going to drop this on third to you guys. So with these 4 games, I compare this to a couple years ago. You had that PlayStation press conference, which was the greatest conference of all time. I think, when they revealed so many games. And it's like,
Fair
let's
point.
say, you know, you are interested in a girl. She's beautiful,
I
she's
knew this
gorgeous.
was gonna be
It's
a
always a
female
girl.
analogy. I knew it. As soon as you said analogy, I'm like, it's gonna go sexual or some female's
It's going both. It's going both. So she's gorgeous, she's beautiful. Maybe she doesn't like mushrooms, she likes watermelon. Who knows? She's the perfect girl. But the thing is, lots of tension has been building up, okay? You've been waiting and waiting and waiting. There's so much tension, and you finally consummate that whatever relationship, whatever it's going on, and you get to go to do the dirtiness. I get so uncomfortable. You get to go have that great 3-letter word, sex. Sex. You get to have it. But the thing is,
You can have it.
the thing is,
This sounds so similar to another story that we had.
the 6-year-old dragons. But mine's gonna make sense. The thing is, so you finally have.
Whose boat was it, really?
Got the check, Foggy. But so the thing is, you lay down with this person, right? And this is where it's like that press conference from 2 years ago. Because you've been waiting so long and the tension's built, you do everything. It's gonna get a little explicit, but you do missionary, you do doggy style, you do oral, you do anal, you do every single thing known to man that you've wanted to do. But then the thing is, that's great. You high five, great night, that's awesome. But then you come to the next week when you're about to go and have sex again, and it's like, we did everything that night. We did that position, we did that position, we did that thing.
Those 4 things, Travis.
I'm just. Oh, thanks. You want to take over? What else? Huh? Want to talk about Dirty Sanchez's on cast? No, I try to keep it as PG as possible. So the
Okay,
thing.
keep it going.
Yeah,
Keep
the
it
thing
going.
is, the next time you go to have sex, let's say you've done almost everything, you go, what is there more to do? I think that's PlayStation's dilemma right now. The press conference 2 years ago, they showed games that was coming out 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. Like Death Stranding. I don't think that game's coming out until 2020, but they showed everything at one conference, and now we've seen the lasting effects of, well, we kind of have to show this again. And I'm looking forward to the showcase of all those games, and I think it's a good idea why they announced, hey, we're just showing these 4. There'll be, of course, I bet one big announcement that they're playing like under the table, but I think that's the problem, that they showed so much in that press conference a few years ago that they kind of gave up the hype moments in order to have like that great conference from start to finish, to have it amazing. You took out big surprises that, like Death Stranding, they didn't need to show, or like Spider-Man, they didn't need to show because that game's coming out this year, like they could have showed it last year. So I think we've seen the lasting effects of what happens if you celebrate too much in one night.
Yeah, there's not gonna be like huge bombs like they drop like that one E3.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause
I think that's the thing. I mean, it's a good idea for them to do this because, I mean, obviously 2 years ago was that amazing conference, but even last year's was still quite strong. But you know, those 2 in a row really kind of are building an expectation for what we, you know, want to see from a Sony conference. So it's good to, if they're not planning on throwing out a bunch of surprises, and it's a good idea to just state, hey, these are the 4 games we're going to focus on, because then, I don't know, I guess some people might be disappointed, sure, and I know maybe like Days Gone, I could see people being upset, like, oh, they're not going to talk about that game at all, like what's happening in that game. But I don't know, for me personally, I think it's fine. Obviously, you know, I would always prefer a conference like the one they had a couple years ago, or even last year's, where they just give you a ton of shit. But I think this is a good way for them to overcome that they're maybe having a bit of a slower year, or like, I don't know, they just had God of War come out, and Detroit is just about to
We'll
come
be
out.
out by time.
Yeah, so those games, you know, are kind of in the past now, and they're not going to be talking about those. Maybe a DLC or something, I don't know. But I think this is a good idea.
Weekly, other DLC for Detroit. Fuck. Taylor, a big Sony fan.
I just put one thing down under Sony.
Okay.
And that was
I saw it. I saw it.
I saw
didn't
it.
see it. Yeah.
Why?
Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I know that
think.
Sony's got it, like, because they basically own the whole promotional gimmick now with Call of Duty.
Do they have they have exclusive rights for a year or something? Is that...
Well, they got the whole deal of releasing DLC a month earlier before Xbox and that sort of thing.
We've
so
had that since after Ghosts, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think it kicked in. I don't even remember how many Call of Duties we've had between Ghosts and now.
Too many.
Too many good
At
ones.
least 2 a year.
Oh yeah.
No, this is their. I think this is either their 2nd or their 3rd year. Because I remember when they announced it, you were like showing it off in my face.
Oh yeah, of course. It's your baby came home to
But,
my man.
no, I think no. It must be. It's the 3rd year that they've had it. So, yeah, no, I'm excited to see that at their conference. That'll be super.
Well,
cool.
that's the thing that I don't like that some people are freaking out about. Like Sean Lane said, there is gonna be third-party stuff there, so they're gonna have like the COD stuff like that. I think it's gonna be like in the original press conferences, maybe more gameplay heavy, but it's just they're getting out front that there's not gonna be too many surprises. I still think the show's gonna end with a oh, one more thing. But I think it's going to be just like one big thing. I don't think it's going to be a bunch because like, so God of War just came out. That's, I can't remember who makes it. Guerrilla Games put out Horizon not too long ago. So maybe they're working on Horizon 2, but there's no, way too early to tease that.
Yeah, definitely.
The Heavy Rain team's releasing Detroit, and then you have Sucker Punch, which is the Ghost of Tsushima or something like that. Naughty Dog is doing Last of Us. So it's like all these huge developers for Sony. They've put a game out, or like Kojima, a game is coming out. So usually when you have somebody, make that big surprise announcement, there's no one really to do that right now. So that's why I think it's kind of smart to get ahead instead of everyone being, what a disappointment, nothing new. It's like, okay, we know we're going in to see this. How, like, it's almost like a movie now, right? Or like Comic-Con, they do that, right? You know, you're going to go see the Avengers panel. You know, they don't say, it's a Marvel panel and someone might be there. They'll say, this is what you're getting, and you show up and you go, that was good or not. The thing that's still just, like, I don't know what's going on with Days Gone. I don't know if that is a secret drop release date, but the fact that it's not there, I don't know.
The thing that's weird for me is, Death Stranding, I remember when we first saw that, we kind of, since it wasn't going to come out for a year, we expected that they would announce it there and then, like, hold off for a couple of years and then, like, start announcing stuff and showing trailers closer to release. But if this is one of the 4 focused games, like, it's kind of weird that every year they're having, like, a lot of time allotted to this game. I mean, obviously they probably have pretty good faith that it's going to be good just based on, who's behind it and all. But it's... is it going to come out sooner than we were expecting now? Do you think that could be it? Because I'm curious why, if Days Gone is going to come out before Death Stranding, you would think that might be, a focus as opposed to that one for this conference.
I would disagree. I don't know if they have faith in it anymore. I feel like, I know people will say, a delay is always better for a game. In Days Gone, I get Last Guardian vibes that when Last Guardian eventually came out, it was very quiet, and at E3, remember that one when it did come out, they just had like a 30-second like tease, and then it was like, it's coming out whatever, June, like July, blah blah blah, and then it came out and no one bought it. Like, I feel like this game might drop in next February or something like that, but I just like, I feel like it was such a big deal when they revealed it, and then we got gameplay last year, and now if it's a secret drop at this, then I'll take it back. But if we go E3 and we don't see a single thing from Days Gone, then I'm gonna really start to worry that this game is maybe not. It'll come out maybe fine, but it's not a big exclusive like they thought it was gonna be. Like
I'm already a bit worried.
Yeah, but even that new details we got this week, I don't have the info, but they released like. That stuff is like, you can change motorcycles, and I was like,
there's some like kind of cool stuff, but nothing that you're gonna build a game around. It's just like a couple of cool little features. Yeah. So that was kind of strange. The other thing, so we don't have a release date for Spyro, right?
August. I think no, September. It's the same as Spider-Man.
Oh, right, and that's already announced. Okay, I was gonna say that they'll probably drop that in the conference, but
the other thing
they'll probably show like a quick hype trailer for it.
The other thing I hope they do is what they did last year. Remember, they did that pre-show before. They did an hour show before, which was I
don't think they put Spyro in the pre-show though.
They put Crash in the pre-show though, right?
Crash was also in the conference, wasn't it?
No, not last year. That was
2 years ago.
Yeah, they announced the release date of Crash in the press con. They haven't said it during a pre-show. If people don't remember, they did an hour pre-show, which was just like really bad, paid so many people.
It wasn't that
but
great.
Like there was some fun announcements and whatnot, like Undertale got announced there and stuff like that.
It was something that felt like it could have been done in 5-10 minutes, but instead they dragged it out over an hour. So watching it was a little boring.
But I had pizza, so I was happy with
it. You had pizza.
But so if they do that again, I can see that's where Spyro goes. But I don't know what the one big. I'll mention later because I have like just rumored games that could go anywhere. Maybe there's something in there, but I don't. Anything else on Sony we want to talk about?
I like the idea of like the 4 main focuses because I'm always one for I always like getting more details out of E3. Especially like now that we're getting closer to the release of these bigger games like Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see like the next Spider-Man.
Oh, totally! Like literally,
it's gonna blow us away.
Like I made the mistake a couple days ago. I rewatched the demo trailer for like the last E3 of the Spider-Man.
Why is it a mistake?
Because I got too excited for it. I'm like, man,
he's wrong.
I'm like, I just want to play this so bad. I dug out Ultimate Spider-Man for the GameCube, pulled that out. I'm like, man, I just want to like the swinging in that game just looks so good, and I'm just like fuck, it's September, like it's so far away. But
please don't get delayed or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm so hyped. So seeing a new demo, I'm super pumped about that.
We get it. Do you think it's just gameplay demo? Do you think the only thing we don't know about Spider-Man, I feel like we haven't got much of the actual story. Last year they teased that Miles Morales, but we don't know what we don't know who the main villain is of this game, right? They keep showing Mr. Negative, but
they said Mr. Negative.
I don't buy that.
I was reading an article actually. They said like the developers. I don't know if they tweeted it out, but they said Mr. Negative. He's gonna be like the first sequence villain.
Yeah, so, I think there's someone behind him that's bigger.
Well, and then I feel like
there's got to be someone that's recognizable.
Yeah.
Oh, totally, yeah. But I feel like it'll be a game that you kind of deal with multiple like big villains.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like the head honcho.
I just
Venom, please.
That's my Travis prediction. I think it's gonna be a pretty story-heavy trailer, and we're gonna get an idea of like what Peter and Spider-Man's trying to accomplish. Because right now we just see a lot of cool stuff, and this is a day one purchase for me.
Oh, absolutely.
The only game that I don't know if I'm
It'd
fine
be cool actually, because I don't think we've seen anything of Peter Parker, have we?
Yeah, we saw a little bit. Yeah. I don't like the way he looks, but he's very.
Yeah.
He reminds me a little Garfieldish, a little like, cool. You know.
Has a skateboard.
Oh my god. The only thing that because Spider-Man's coming in September. Last of Us, that makes sense because they actually haven't shown it at E3 yet. They showed it like PlayStation Experience or whatnot, and then Ghost of whatever. I'm just gonna call it Ghost for now.
I keep thinking you're gonna say Ghost in the Shell, and I'm like, I just think of the movie. And I'm like,
from the PlayStation
Don't
PS
think of the movie.
with PSX, I loved that trailer, and that game looks great. The one for me, Death Stranding. I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I want this game to be out next year because if it's not, I said this last year, I don't want them to keep I think this game is not coming out till 2020, and if they're doing like a big showcase, I don't need it in 2018.
Yeah,
like, I feel
definitely.
like we're gonna eventually get overhyped on it, and it's not gonna live up, and we'll see how far along it is. So maybe they've made lots of progress. I don't know, but just they keep showing it off, and I just feel like it's that trick pony that's like, you're gonna walk it around too much before the actual race, you know, and then like by the time the race is here, it's tired. And
no,
it's
I totally agree with you though. Like I feel like
there's a non-sex analogy.
I feel like if they were gonna show like a big release, I kind of want the game to come out in the fall. You know, like kind of how Fallout 4 did,
or at least like early 2019, like March.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Right? But
totally.
Death Stranding.
But like you said, if it's 2020 and they're showing a lot like right now, it's just like, why even dangle that?
Well, that's just a hard prediction, just because when they revealed the game, it was just a cutscene of Norman Reedus. Like he even said like they hadn't even got an engine for the game yet. So it's like, okay, you guys haven't even started working on this game. This is just like a concept art idea, right?
It's been fun so far because we kind of just get weird little puzzle pieces and we're trying to connect them together, figure out what this world is, what's happening, and then obviously showing the people who's in it. But do you think we'll get gameplay this year?
You think so? Really?
No, I'm wondering. Like, do you guys think we'll get gameplay this year?
I hope
they've been developing it for what, 2 or 3 years now?
I'll say no. I have a sneak, and then if it's no, I'm at that point where it's like, why did we show any of this? But I bet I bet it could be another celebrity reveal.
Actor.
Yeah, because I don't buy it, but some people are saying Emma Stone was going to be in the game. I don't think after La La Land, the first thing she's doing is Death Stranding, but who knows? Maybe she's a big.
She's got to conquer the video game market.
They throw in Michael Fassbender in there.
Oh my god! Yeah. But I think it'll be that, and maybe they'll give a bit more hints about the story because they've been very loosey goosey on that. I think with Last of Us, it's gameplay.
I think everything so far has been like very interpretive.
Yeah. I think Spider-Man and Last of Us is gameplay. Ghost is maybe just kind of a big demo, and I think Death Stranding is a. Who knows? I honestly don't know. I don't. What do you guys do? You think
it's hard to say though because we don't really know the release date, right? Like you're just assuming
they've
2020.
said nothing. Yeah.
So I feel like if they said, okay, we're aiming for 2019, then you see gameplay and stuff. But like if it's 2 years away, I feel like it's too early.
I have no basis. That's just my fact. Just for when they show it.
We're going with Travis's 2020. Yeah. First.
I'm gonna predict gameplay, a bold claim.
Okay.
Because
I would say like
ends in fall, honestly, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm gonna predict it on like the off chance. I'm putting it all on black right now.
Because we've talked about a bit, what type of gameplay is that game?
I don't know.
That's what I was wondering too.
Very curious.
Like some sort, like I don't want to.
Metal Gear Solid-y.
Yeah, like that's stealth action. I don't, but then at the same time, I could see him. He did that for years, right? He might want to do something else. I'm very excited. I hope it's gameplay. I want to see it because then I'll feel like, oh, it's a bit more juicy. And then after that, I don't want to see anything till the release date. You know, that's almost how we felt. I think last year with Detroit. When they showed off another reel, and at that point there was no release date. It was like, okay, I get it. Like this game looks great, but let's get to it. But
let's get to it.
I feel like Hideo Kojima is just such a mastermind that he's just gonna come up with a way to like release like They're gonna show like a demo trailer for like a playable trailer, like how they released PT.
Or Netflix. or that's what they should do is just Netflix it and just like, oh, and it's out today. One time. Just randomly tweet out, just like, yeah, Death Stranding's out today, and it's just like a random Friday.
Always a risky move.
It is, but hey, you know.
Like, he can do crazy stuff like that, and people just love it. He's a genius, man.
Oh, look at that trailer, so.
Yeah.
Trailer.
Let's talk about the other big honka, you know.
We're looking at me for.
Xbox. Well, I'm going.
You're the Xbox guy here.
I think I'm going by conferences that I think are the biggest. So Xbox. I'll let you start.
What do you have a sheet taped to your notes?
It looks
wrote
like
it at
a
work.
email.
That's why it says FedEx.
He was pissed at you. I wrote at work. He was so offended that you.
I'm sorry.
He's still salty about this.
It's like when we were like laughing. He's like, "What are you guys?
What are you laughing about?" Tanner, you start. What are you expecting from Xbox? Oh, sorry. Take it back. Last thing with Sony, they said there's going to be no new hardware because there's been rumors about PS5. They said no new hardware, and thank you because I don't want a PlayStation 5 right now. Let's just
buy
wait.
that.
No. But so sorry, that's the last thing I wanted to go.
It'd be pretty stupid if they just dished one out already.
Dished it out.
Isn't
that kind of what Xbox did?
Yeah.
No,
Xbox One X.
Xbox One X, yeah, but you can still play the games on all the different consoles. The Xbox
Okay,
One
fair
X,
enough,
the
fair
only
enough.
difference is graphics.
What if they said that was backwards compatible with PlayStation 5?
Teraflops,
Backwards
baby.
compatible?
Yeah, 50 teraflops.
50.
We need it for Death
The
Stranding.
Xbox.
I wouldn't want backwards compatibility. I just wanted to be able to play the games like Xbox. I
I
can
wouldn't-
play.
I wouldn't want
I can
backwards.
put it-
Why would you want
Hear
that?
me out. Hear
You're
me out.
such a little shit because of PlayStation.
Hear
I wouldn't
me
want
out.
that. I don't want that. No.
So you want? Why would I want backwards compatibility for these brand new Xbox One games? In that sense, I buy Gears of War 4,
Well,
I
because-
pop it into my Xbox One, and they give me an update that renders it at 4K. They give me the update to.
Because then
increase
it's
the
just like the
graphics.
pro thing where it's like you could get it and you could still play like regular games, but if
Yeah.
you wanted to get like the pro version, you could, you know.
Yeah, but they're not releasing these pro games. Sorry, they're releasing these games
Amateur
still
games.
for it, and they're giving you updates to increase the.
Okay, what if that was
quality.
the PlayStation 5?
Then that's great. I think they should do that.
They won't do that. But...
Well, that sucks for them.
I don't want backwards.
Sucks for them.
Sucks
You
for
remember
them.
that article I sent you? Xbox sold less than half of
Quality,
PlayStation consoles
quality.
this
Less
year.
than half.
What's the quality? Tell us some of this quality coming to the Xbox conference.
I have
this
to
year.
say that quality over quantity doesn't necessarily make sense when you're trying to run a business and make the most money possible.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And why is that?
Because we're all about quality over quantity here at GeekVerse.
We have quality and quantity.
Yeah. Just go.
I gotta find in my list here. Oh, there it is. So,
By the way, Sony is
So
having
you're trying to brag like, well, I have a big list, guys.
Sony's having Monday at 6 and Xbox is I think Sunday at 1, correct?
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Eastern
1
time
p.m.
or Pacific?
Pacific time. So I could be off on these, but I think I'm right.
So,
Take it away,
Xbox.
I'm waiting. I threw
I'm
this to you
gonna
like
drop
3 minutes
a
ago.
solid Anthem. We're gonna get some more reveal of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'll disagree.
Why do you disagree?
I think that's full on an EA. Cause
Really? But we got more of a reveal for Anthem at Xbox last
Yeah, a reveal, but I think you could see a little bit of an Xbox, but I think its big showcase is in EA because it's also coming to PS4. It's not an exclusive
Yeah.
game, so.
This is true.
Right. I forgot
That's
about
just
that
what I think.
actually.
Well, I'll give that.
I forget, does
Anthem
Anthem have, like, does it come out on Xbox first, or is it...
No, they just revealed it on Xbox.
They're just like, we need something big for this conference.
They say it's coming out, an Anthem, like, I guess we can not talk about that much in EA. They say it's coming out early 2019 is the plan, so February, March, so. I'm not saying you're wrong, I just don't think that's going to be its big showcase. I think the big thing was to reveal it, but now, because if it was exclusive, yeah, because it's not exclusive.
I would say that they might have it in, like, one of their quick reels where they skip from game to game in, like, a few segments.
Exclusives, only on Xbox.
But the
you know?
fact though, like even though last
Anthem has
year
an
they showed the
asterisk.
reveal at their EA conference, but then on Xbox they showed the whole gameplay and the whole shebang. You don't think that affects it in any way?
No.
No.
I think because it's already revealed, it's already the. Because then if you.
Will Xbox have a car on stage? Just
Yes.
Too.
With.
Each year they ramp it up. Like, people weren't happy when we put just one car on stage, so I think our best solution is, yeah, let's put more cars on stage.
I think that's Taylor's best line he's
You
ever
just gotta
had.
have Fassbender come out of the car. And
Oh man. Then I'll buy a racing game. It's just called Fassy. The driving. I think, like Dylan said, I think Anthem could have some little showing, but I think its bigger stages at EA because that's EA's game. I think the reveal. It's already had its moment last year.
Okay. Well, hashtag transition. New Forza.
Yeah, I guess.
I think so.
Probably, yeah. Makes sense. So
Couple
there's
of
where your
those
car
combos a year or something, don't they?
It's Forza's the Xbox one, right? Because I know
Yes,
Sony has their own.
yeah. Yes.
I don't know. I don't play the racing games, so I don't really know.
But
Unless
yeah,
it's
it
Need
is.
for Speed.
It is.
Or
Yeah.
dirt.
No, that's a good prediction.
Or
I can see
dirt.
that.
I hope that they have Need for Speed. They bring that guy back out from last year. When his
I don't remember. I don't remember.
The guy that screwed up on Twitter, he tried to play it off. He was like the really broy guy in the glasses and the big jacket, and he screwed up, and he's like,
Oh yeah.
my dude. Shout out, go watch our GeekVerse bloopers, E3 bloopers. When there's a reaction of us. So
the
yeah,
teleprompter like fucked up or something.
that's what he said. Yeah, and then he didn't play.
He was just frozen.
That was his first time, it happens to everyone. Now, next time that happens, if he ever gets the opportunity, maybe he'll play it off cool.
That was a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's always a
that's
YouTuber.
gonna be us one time. Shout out. That's one of the best parts. All E3, yeah, the reveals of the games, but seeing people screw up or like Minecraft Girl, it's always great.
Oh, God, Minecraft
Yeah.
Girl.
yeah, Gears of War 5.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about that because so I have it in rumor games too. But there's this big thing this week where Walmart Canada put out this page of new release games, and there's a lot of like industry people saying that like they've heard stories that a lot of these games could be legit. We won't get them all. But one of them was Gears 5, and I'll start with you because obviously you're. I won't call you Mr. Xbox because I call you Mr. Ubisoft for E3, but you are a big Xbox fan. Are you surprised that Gears 5 is becoming like this soon? Because it came out, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was last year, but
I
when I
guess I
thought about
completely
it,
forgot.
Not last year.
yeah, but I guess, yeah.
I am...
Which one's
Because
What
I
was the
remember...
most recent Gears?
Judgment?
Gears of War 4.
Oh.
So that came out... there was like a little bit of time between Judgment and
Really?
4. And then, obviously, after the Xbox One came out...
That
it
was
a
so.
couple
That's
years.
since we've had the cast. I really,
That was
I don't
our first,
honestly.
they showed it off with our first E3, yeah. Which was
Okay.
2 years ago. Yeah, he's right, it was 2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I...
I
Like,
don't even remember
I
this.
like, spoilers without spoiling, the game obviously ended on a huge cliffhanger.
You say spoilers without spoiling the game.
Yeah.
Spoilers on
You
spoilers.
could just set it in like cliffhanger.
Oh, okay. So it ended in a huge
Here we
cliffhanger.
Huge.
Huge.
Travis.
Actually,
Not a
massive. Like,
cliffhanger.
Like someone was
Huge.
actually on a cliff this time.
yes. Like, as a Gears of War fan, and as a huge, like, person who loves the story and is a sucker for the story and just
Sucker.
falls for the story, like,
Or a sucker.
I was left with my jaw open at the end of Gears 4, and I was quivering and shivering like I did.
Are you sure you're playing a game or not getting fuck about good?
and shivering, dude.
That's the name of a porn.
No,
Watch
that's-
as Taylor Field's mouth drops
I
wide
just
over
picture
porn.
like a horror movie. They like find Taylor's body. He's just like holding his
His
remote.
mouth's open and
He's just like frozen. His jaw's like broken.
He was
to the
quivering
side.
and shivering, dude.
No, honestly, like, it was a fantastic ending. That being said, like, I could see why they would want to get a game out right away to keep the buzz and the hype there, but it's still too soon. I feel like, on the great scheme of things, you know, you have Gears of War and Halo. Those are your two top tier, like, franchise storylines for Xbox. I don't know why they would jump and throw it in their
What if
Gears
it's just
this
like
soon.
a cinematic trailer just to say, hey, the game exists?
that's what I think it is.
If it was, I'd be totally okay with that. It's just the fact that it has me confused with Walmart and the listing. Obviously, it's taken with a grain of
They
salt.
do that with games all the time though. When
I-
games get
I
revealed,
know.
you can pre-order right away.
I know, but it just
Right,
makes
because I
me
guess
a
if
little
Walmart
bit
has
afraid.
that, you'd think the game's coming out very
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah,
No.
and most people are gonna think that, even though there's like, people like us that can take it with a grain of
You
salt.
could pre-order Kingdom Hearts 3 5 years ago. You could.
Okay, but that's a odd.
That's an anomaly.
But I
That's
mean,
an
there's
anomaly.
games
Thank
that's
you.
there's a bunch of games still that don't have a release date at all that you can still pre-order technically. I pre-ordered Hitman, and that was a game that ended up not existing, and then they just did it weekly, like
Yeah, but this
weekly,
is
episodically. Like
this is-
I think they can announce it, and you can pre-order it still right then, and even if it's 2 years from now, I think they'll. That's why it's like on Walmart, it's just a black case and just says Gears of War 5 and like that shitty white writing, you know, like.
Shitty white
I
writing.
think it's gonna be just the cinematic and saying this game's coming, and then next year at E3 is when
yeah,
it
but
drops.
it's still just a mistake like that too. Like, I don't know if they were gonna let you pre-order, like they for a top title game that is one of the top of their franchises for their Xbox. I feel like it's not something they would just drop the. What are you looking up?
I'm just saying, like, if
Drop
I
the
can
what?
pre-order Anthem,
Oh.
because, like, that's a game where it's, like, that. I feel like that happens all the time at E3. They'll reveal all these games you don't know a date, and you can go and, like, fucking pre-order it.
No, I think
you can pre-order Anthem right now. I don't think that qualifies.
But they show gameplay and everything, so
you can pre-order this great Anthem. Like, you can pre-order Anthem. You'll be able to pre-order Gears 5 when they announce it. You know, like.
All I'm saying is I think it's just I think it's too soon. I feel like what they should have done was they should be showing this year. No mention of Halo or Gears of War, but show us a teaser or a little glimpse at the upcoming Halo game that we know is coming.
No mention of Halo, but a small teaser of Halo?
No, not up until this point. Don't, reveal anything or show anything or have any Walmart screw-ups.
Well, yeah, but well, okay. Okay. They didn't plan for it to leak. They didn't say, okay, and then 2 weeks before E3, you're going to leak this Walmart stuff.
You don't know that they didn't.
I didn't know that, true. But I'm saying that I feel that it happened, and then like, oh shit, like that kind of ruins the surprise. Like, I don't think this was...
I honestly could see that. Microsoft, maybe they saw like, wow, Bethesda dropped Fallout 4. That was a really cool idea. Like, let's try this strategy where we get Walmart to leak our game.
Walmart Canada specifically.
Yeah, Walmart Canada.
So I don't think they planned that. I think it just happened, and now they have to deal with it.
Fair enough. I just think that...
Have the past few days you thought on purpose they like let it go to Walmart?
I think mixed.
They already have the discs. They already have the games.
I think though, okay, fine. With Halo 5 and your speculation, just drop a teaser or something to let us know like that it has, within a couple of years it's gonna drop. That way, Gears of War, don't have to mention anything, put on the back burner, because we know Gears of War 5 is happening. With the way Gears 4 ended, it's 100% guaranteed, unless Microsoft crashes and burns and goes bankrupt.
Well, and it's one of their
Microsoft, until they have more exclusives, they need to pump out their default games.
What else do they enforce? What else do they put out?
And I don't want to say I speak for a lot of Halo fans in this, but I think that a lot of people are very disappointed with 343 in this term, so a new Halo game, it won't get too many people that excited unless they can really do something fantastic.
It's about redemption.
It is about redemption, but I feel like at the same time, they should tackle something else different and maybe not the next Halo game in this series, but maybe another remake. I think people.
I think Halo Wars 3 at some point.
I think you'll get a new Halo game teased.
That's 100%. As much as I'd want a remake of another.
Do you know if Halo Wars 2, like how did it sell? Did it do pretty well or?
I don't know if it sold very well, and I think a lot of the problems too with the DLC, having to pay for a season's pass and then pay an additional $30 for.
That's so stupid.
The actual DLC.
That should be illegal.
It was a little cheesy. That being said, I did it. I did a review for it. I loved it. There were concept ideas for Halo 3 that were put out, but they were scrapped, so I don't know where the story stands at this point. But it was left open enough that the next Halo game that they will release.
That wasn't really that long ago, though.
That was just February, right?
It was just February.
Yeah. So Halo Wars, I think, still takes a little time. The last Halo proper game came out like 3 years ago, right? Was it at the beginning of this
Halo
cast?
5 Guardians.
Yeah, wasn't it at the beginning of this cast or somewhere around there?
Yeah. Because that was something Jessica was always talking about with the notes.
I think there's a chance. There's a chance that Halo game even comes out like fall, maybe. I'm not gonna throw a stake in there, but I think there's a chance it comes out a lot sooner.
If we're talking about Halo game, would you think that it'd be like a Halo 5, or do you think it'd be like a Halo? Well, Halo, what I think of is like ODST, kind of like.
No, it would be a straight up Halo 6.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, and
Halo 6 Guardians. They added one more this time.
God.
One more.
I hope that we do get something Halo related over Gears. I mean, that being said, like yes.
You don't want them both? Like, why can't you have both?
I would love both, but I feel like for the sake of the company, just don't throw too much out there, too much of a good thing right away. Like you were saying, like you don't want to do like the whole anal and missionary and all that stuff right off the bat.
Whoa, Taylor.
You don't want to do missionary right off the bat. Risky move, man.
Yeah, a little risky.
You gotta start with anal.
I think hashtag always start with anal. That's when you know you got a keeper.
Accidents happen, We're not that far from each other. Really.
Wow. I think the difference. I think the difference is with Sony, they can space out these great announcements. I think Xbox has to throw everything at the bat because they have been doing lots of stuff with backwards compatibility with Xbox One X. They've been trying. They get those old Star Wars games. But like it seems like their sales are just like slowing down. Like they slow like, and last year was like, oh, they need to do something big. I think we're past that point where they could turn around. Like they've done so much big stuff. So I think now
is Crackdown 3 out?
Well, I was gonna bring that up. No, I'm not. I was gonna bring that up after this. I think they just need to get games out there like a Crackdown, like a Halo. Get some buzz for it. You know what? Just start catering back to the audience they already have, because they're not pulling in new people this generation. Maybe the Xbox 20X or whatever it's gonna be. But like,
you know what, I will agree with you on that. I think for me and my sake, you know, Gears of War, Halo, they can space those out and take their time with those, because those are, you're labeling it Halo 6, you're labeling it Gears of War 5. People that are gonna jump in and buy an Xbox aren't gonna buy it because, oh, I've missed 6 games or 5 games now in the franchise. Like, well, I have to go way back and play these games. That sucks. So I definitely agree with you in the sense that they need to put out more brand new IPs and that sort of thing, and more exclusives to the console. And I remember I ranted about that a while ago.
But Game Pass could change it, because another great service Xbox has is like they're kind of like mini Netflix. Have you ever tried that out yet?
Game Blast?
Game Pass.
Oh, Game Pass. I was like Game Blast.
Game Blast.
You playing Xbox in the 80s? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's like Game Blast.
The Game Blast. But like, that's where you can time it for, like, let's say Halo comes out in November, October. Okay, we've put all the old Halos on Game Pass. For $20 a month, you go and play whatever you like. Yeah. Like, that's the advantage they have, that system, that service. So I think there's ways around it. I think they could. That's what I think they should do, is just get as much money as possible from the people they have. You know, and I think Halo's good. Gears, especially because I think Halo would come out a lot sooner than the new Gears. So I think it's just like an announcement of Gears, but I don't think it's like, hey, this November you're getting Halo and Gears at the same time.
Yeah. I think they need another or more like the Sea of Thieves kind of game. I don't know how it really did sales wise, but it was. I mean, it's big on Twitch and people are talking about it, people are playing it, and I don't know. At least gets people.
I don't think it reviewed well either. I can't remember.
I think it's very mediocre.
Yeah.
I think
didn't do it.
From what I've seen, it doesn't really feel finished or like it has that much content. Really.
Yeah.
But I think that kind of game, in that it's one that's gonna like, you know, not just bring in one person, but their friends as well. You know, and I don't know. I think it, at least concept wise, was really cool. Apparently it wasn't so great, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, that's the biggest thing I have, is I think
it was unique though, and that's what they need more of those, because I mean Halo, maybe it's daunting for people to get into the series now, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to making a good game. You know, like Mass Effect did Andromeda as kind of a reset. Hey, you didn't play 1, 2, 3. Play Andromeda, but it was a shitty game. No one played it, no one cared, and people forgot about it.
Same thing like God of War. I've never played those God of Wars, but I plan on buying this new one, so just because everyone says how good it is. Yeah. And it's just like gonna be the game of the year and stuff like that. And I go, okay, I'm gonna get that, because it's like a movie, it's like a TV show. If it's a great thing, people will come to watch it, play it. That's what I will throw out, and I'll start with you, Taylor. That's the only thing I really want to see about Xbox. I want to see a full-on brand new IP, something that I thought Anthem was last year, and then they're like, oh no, Anthem is like EA, and it's like it's cross-platform. I want their Death Stranding. I want their like Spider-Man. Like, I don't want that. I don't want them to be like, hey, we got the exclusive rights to that Avengers Square Enix game, but I want something that is just for them. Something, because I think that's what they have been missing these years. That they just new Gears, new Halo, this that. I hope that they have some new IP, and they've tried a couple times, Sea of Thieves, and there's a Recore game, but none of them seem to be sticking. So I hope for their sake they have some big new IP that they end the conference like, wow, that looks amazing. Because I remember the Anthem, I was excited, but I'm like, oh well, I can play on PS4 now, so like I don't have a reason to be like, oh, Anthem on Xbox.
One of the things that they like to target, obviously, is multiplayer games, and that whole aspect of feeling like you're in a group and everything. As great as that is, let the third-party games do that. Like your Division, like all those different types of games, they can handle that. If you're gonna do your own exclusive IPs and that sort of thing, like get us. I'm gonna use Sony as an example. Spider-Man, Last of Us,
Death Stranding,
Horizon Zero Dawn, and God of War. Like these are all like huge, in-depth amount of time invested in the single player, and I think that's what they need.
Yeah, and that's a console that is ahead of the pack right now. So it shows that obviously there's lots of ties, but that's a big thing I think for them are these solo player experiences, because I can't get that on Xbox One if it's not a shooter or anything in the past, right? There's no like they tried that with Tomb Raider, but then Tomb Raider was just like a timed exclusive, right? Like they need like a console seller kill. Yeah, they need something that like, hey, this is one of the best games of the year, and you can only play on Xbox. And like, okay, well.
It's important to have like mascots for your company, for your games, right? And they certainly need some fresh ones.
Yeah, I feel like they're.
franchise.
I mean, when you look at like what was it? His name, the fox, like Lucky Tail. Yeah, there's. I mean, they're trying to push him as a mascot. I feel like. I don't know.
Fuck is Lucky Tail?
It was a platformer they put out last year, and it's like he's a fox and he's collecting.
He's a fox.
He's collecting honeycombs. I don't know.
I just they're really.
It was like an indie game, wasn't it?
It was like $60. It was a full on like.
Yikes!
They're.
I've never heard of it.
It was their knack.
They're pushing for these indie games, I will say, and these large multiplayer games when they really shouldn't. As I said, they need to go a single player route. And even if they do that,
you need to do like there's no reason to not do all of them at once. Really.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but
there's
I mean,
so many people
it's
making video games.
they're prioritizing one over the other. I mean, when you look at Halo, they're trying to do Halo 5 Guardians, the single player, the multiplayer, but then there's something people are going to complain about. Oh, the multiplayer doesn't have split screen and this sort of thing. You know, there's just so many things. I think they need to concentrate on one thing and then add something later. Like if you look at Ubisoft Ghost Recon Wildlands, they added just, the single player campaign multiplayer, and then after they added large amounts of content like versus mode and all this stuff. And we know that companies can do that, like Xbox, so I think they need to prioritize what'll get them the money and the revenue on selling consoles, single player games, and then add new things afterwards.
Wow, Taylor, I've never heard Taylor so hard on Xbox.
God.
I'm gonna predict that they're gonna have a new IP. I don't know if it's gonna be like that console killer, but I'm hoping, and I have some reason I feel like Xbox could end up being the best press conference, because with now Sony, a lot of people are down on it because we know what's going to happen. I think Xbox has a chance to really shine this year. So I'm going to predict that we will get a new IP that is supposed to be big. It could come out and be like bomb and everything like that, but I think they're going to have something. Something new IP, or something like a Spider-Man where it's like, hey, that Avenger game that is coming? It's just on Xbox and you're not going to get on PlayStation. That's what I mean. I think there'll be some game that'll be big one way or the other. So
and I feel like that too, because they've already done the conference where they revealed their brand new, Xbox One X and what it can do.
Yeah, they moved.
So now they're past the console idea, and now they're in probably a stage where they're going to release all these games. And I swear to God, if they say it's Xbox One X exclusive, only on Xbox One X.
They don't want to do that.
I'm going to lose my shit because, every conference up until now, they've been saying, nope, they're always going to be all cross-compatible.
I don't think they will. I think they got to play it safe. That's the only thing I do want to ask those, because let's say if there is no new IP, so they've done so they got the One X out last year, they did backwards compatibility, and then they did the Games Pass, and then they did that cool controller, whatever, custom thing. If there's no games, I don't know what they're really going to show off if they don't have a new IP, because they have all these features that are already out there and done. So that's where I think they have a chance to. They could come up with some games that they've been keeping secret, but if not, I don't know what this conference is going to be then, other than just there is like a new, is it just going to be rinse repeat where it is new Gears, new Halo, new Forza, State of Decay 2 is coming. Also we haven't talked about, but Crackdown 3 hasn't come out, no release date. I don't know, because when we saw a game at E3 last year, it did not look good, and I think that game's lost a lot of hype now, and I don't think people are. I think that's going to do pretty poorly unless a good demo comes out, because I think people are a little worried of that game. So I'm really interested in what they do this year.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. How
they should bring back Fable.
Well, that's what I was going to throw. There's a rumor for Fable 4. That is rumored right now. That's one of those that people are.
That pops out around every
I forgot
E3,
that was
there's
Xbox.
something with
Well, it's
true.
Because Microsoft.
It's weird though, because the studio that made it is no longer existing. Right? They closed down.
It would
last
definitely
year.
be different than the originals. Like it would just
And I don't think that'd be a bad thing. I think even
totally.
just going back to that world would be a fun idea.
I predict we get a tease of it. I think, like you said, there's rumors almost every year, but I think there'll be even a cinematic of it. I think it's been enough time, and that car game that was working on closed down. So I think there's enough fans for it. And
pair that with like some remaster or like combo of the trilogy.
Or it's all on Game Pass coming up soon. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I was gonna say, like how you mentioned, like they already have all these features out, and like it doesn't make sense for them to not kind of show off an IP because they don't really have anything. I'm gonna stay optimistic towards Microsoft this year, and I think they are gonna have a really good conference. I think they are gonna have a game that a lot of people are talking about, and actually like potentially makes people want to think about getting an Xbox, or like, oh man, that game, like it's winning me over. So I'm gonna stay optimistic. I think that this is gonna be kind of Xbox's year.
Yeah, and they definitely will have a car on the stage as usual.
Show us.
At least two.
Show me Xbox. I want to see a sick conference.
Anything else on Xbox?
No.
Let's move on to Bethesda. Bethesda.
Bethesda.
I'm excited for this conference. They have had, what now? 3 now. Yeah, they had 3. The first year was
Boom.
The first one was the Fallout reveal, and then the next 2 years was like a bunch of little games here and there. I'll start with you, Dylan, because I listened to the cast back recently, and you and Jessica were very salty last year. We're not a fan of the Bethesda conference.
Yeah,
I still swear that it's the exact same conference the year
This
before.
Year?
No, the year before it was just different, but. What do you want out of Bethesda this year? Because you are, if he's Mr. Ubisoft, you're Mr. Bethesda.
Well, so one thing I saw
Pete
Hines tweeted about is that this might be like their longest conference ever, maybe, or in a while or something like that. So I'm thinking that they might have something. Obviously, last year there was that talk of Starfield, and I'm not even really sure where those rumors came from, but once again, it's kind of circling. Bethesda on Twitter has been putting out some like photos that are kind of like teasers or like puzzle pieces, and I don't really know how to describe them. Really, go check them out really to see them yourself. But there's a possibility those are related to Starfield in some way. But I think either Starfield or obviously I don't think another Fallout would be now. But Elder Scrolls, I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, it's been a few years now since Skyrim, but obviously they've been busy, making remasters, VR versions, and all that.
I want a yes or no from you on Elder Scrolls. Do you get even a tease this year of a new game? Yes or no from everyone?
So it's tricky because with Fallout, obviously they did that thing where they announce it, and then boom, it's coming out in a bit, and so that's where Elder Scrolls, for me, I feel like if they were to announce it, they're probably going to do that same thing, and so that would mean that it's coming out very soon.
When you think about Skyrim, they didn't do that. They
didn't.
They had years to.
But I think they had so much success from Fallout.
When Skyrim came out, they weren't doing conferences.
Right.
Yeah.
Either.
Right.
And I think they had so much success from that Fallout hype train that they got so many people. Like myself, I had only played Fallout here and there. That was the first one I bought fully for myself. I thought they got so much on the hype train. They did the Netflix, it's coming out soon. I agree with Dylan. That's why I'm a full no, because I think we get that tease when it's coming out. I don't think Elder Scrolls coming out this year, a new one. I really don't think this fall. Especially if there is this Starfield game. Bethesda's not going to release 2 big RPG-ish games back to back. Well, yeah.
I 100% I agree there. I think it's one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't think Elder Scrolls yet.
Yeah.
As much as I deeply want it. I think it would be cool is to do like a Morrowind remaster, make it up to date, because obviously a lot of that game is dated and people can't really go back and play it. But
I kind of want a Skyrim remaster.
Those mods that I sent you, man. That's like a different game. Sorry, you keep going.
No, go ahead.
What are you?
I'm gonna say yes.
Wow.
I am gonna say
bold.
I'm not gonna go with the Fallout reveal though, where it comes out like months after the conference. I say like a super teaser about it. Like,
coming.
But it shows like what province it's in or whatever. Like the title of the game.
Yeah.
And then some I feel like that'll kind of be at the end though, like super at the end.
That's
and then if it's teaser, then it kind of just comes in and everyone just goes crazy because that would just blow them up.
It's always scary though because they have Elder Scrolls Online,
right?
And the card game.
I know.
So anytime you see any Elder Scrolls stuff, it's like this better not be the fucking.
Right at the end of the conference, it's super intense, and it shows whatever the card game's name just comes in after. It's like no.
It's happened before, dude.
Oh. But I'm gonna put my vote as yes. Teaser, I'm not gonna say any gameplay or anything like that. I think they're still a long ways away from that, but they had to have been working on something all these years, right?
Skyrim. They're working on remaster of the PS5 and the Xbox 20X.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say they're gonna show Rage is gonna be revealed.
Well, they got that leak going on. I've never played Rage. I don't know much about it. I know that it was on a Breaking Bad episode.
I played it.
Did you like it?
I didn't really play much of it, but it's sort of like a Fallout game-ish. I don't know. I heard the story was alright. I didn't really.
Yeah, because that was one of those Walmart league games, or Rage 2, and then even Pete Hines and Bethesda, they were joking about it. So they don't know if people was is that deflecting it, or is that maybe it is fake. We'll know obviously come Sunday night.
Soon enough. Yeah.
Taylor, where are you on the yes or no for an Elder Scrolls?
I think yes, in some shape or form there will be Elder Scrolls mentioned. I don't know what. It could be Morrowind Remake. It could be Skyrim HD.2.
That's not what I mean. I don't because like they said you're gonna get Elder Scrolls card game. I mean a new Elder Scrolls game. Is that
I think it could be very lightly teased.
Okay, so you're in the yes camp.
Yeah, I'm in the yes camp.
Okay, it's 50-50.
But I don't think it'll actually drop this year. I think Starfield's for sure. Or Starfield.
Starfield.
That's what it's
you know,
called. The people have no idea. It could not even be called Starfield. That could just be a working name.
Yeah, it could easily be.
What if Starfield is secretly the Elder Scrolls game for some reason?
It's in
They gotta go in
space.
That'd be
space.
smart. That'd be
Yeah.
smart.
New
For them
take.
to just throw some rumors out there of like a space RPG, really, that's just their way of hiding Elder Scrolls.
I don't want to be
And then when the
rumors,
game
though.
comes out, you put it in. It's actually Elder Scrolls.
That'd be a fucking
that'd be the
sick
craziest con ever.
ruin all their marketing though. But I really hope
Not
that
a good idea.
Yeah, I really
I
hope
would not
Starfield
recommend
is real because I want a space RPG.
Yeah.
Mass Effect Andromeda did not do well, so I didn't get it. But I love those Mass Effect games.
Yeah.
It'd be different, but like I want something like Knights of the Old Republic. Like I want some RPG in space already, and I want it to be good. And I think Bethesda could do that. The thing that throws me off is they say it's rumored that that game might take place in the Fallout universe. So I don't know if that helps or hurts the story. I kind of would rather it be separate, but I have no idea what that means.
Maybe they
but-
just say that because you know, this game perhaps you're like jumping from planet to planet, and if it's Fallout, then it's like, well, we don't need to go to Earth, and that's their way.
Fair enough, yeah. I just don't want
I see
no
that at all.
Cloverfield paradox going on where it's like, oh, we gotta explain what's going down on Earth, so stuff's happening. So.
Yeah. I hope Starfield does exist, and I
Yep.
would love to
Yeah.
see it. Obviously, I've mentioned this before, but I think Bethesda should either not make another Fallout, or at least wait like a long time before
Mhm.
making one, or give it back to Obsidian, let them make another one. Because as much as I like Fallout 4, I think like obviously our review was quite a bit more positive, but as I played it more, kind of, I don't know, my thoughts on it have kind of just been more negative.
Yeah.
They've kind of
Positive, really.
fallen.
They've fallen off.
It felt like
wow.
kind of like a diluted version of like other Fallout games.
Yeah.
Similar how the Elder Scrolls games were, where it's like, I saw like actually like a meme about it. It showed like a map of like a dungeon on Morrowind.
Kirkland's a
That was-
master memes right now. You're in our group chat. He sends about 20 memes a day right now. Infinity.
Uncommon from Kirkland too.
Oh,
Sometimes he'll go
yeah.
radio silent for months.
Yeah, but no, Infinity War has awoken
Yeah,
a beast
it
inside
was,
of him.
yeah.
The meme man.
No, just so like a
Mr.
dungeon in Morrowind, so complex. Oblivion, super complex, a little bit less than Morrowind, and then Skyrim is just like a line,
It's
you
a
know?
circle.
Yeah. But so I see what you mean. I don't really know where.
Well, I mean that's my thing with Elder Scrolls as well.
I felt like
is-
you ended and then you kept talking like, oh, I don't know why.
well, like the memes just like
Oh,
it
God.
got in my head. All the ones I've been posting. Sorry.
I mean, my thing with Elder Scrolls, you know, the first one I jumped in on was Morrowind. That's by far my favorite, one of my favorite games of all time. Oblivion I still love, but it's definitely less than Morrowind, and Skyrim even went down quite a bit more than that. So, I mean, next Elder Scrolls game, I don't even know how much I'll still love it, I'm sure, but I don't know if I'll ever reach the magic that I've seen with Morrowind and Oblivion. So, I don't know.
It's hard to do too, because I feel like
It's still incredibly exciting though.
Oh yeah, that's just such a cool world.
Yeah,
to
it
go
it
into,
is.
right? Like
There's
the world
so
of
much to
Tamriel.
it.
I feel like I had some theories, because for like a newer.
Before you go, there's some loser in our live chat, Jessica McDonald. I don't know
Oh,
who
who's
that is.
that?
Yeah. Says Halo needs to step its shit up. Jessica notorious hater. And then Game Pass is good. That's good to know because Taylor's not showing any money. And then do you know who Pokemon Pwns is? Taylor?
I don't know.
Pokemon
They're
Pwns.
saying
They said preach
Taylor.
Taylor, and I think Bethesda will show disappointment.
Ooh.
So not. So not.
Pokemon,
sequel to
tell me what
Dishonored.
I'm supposed to preach. I don't know. But I'm down. Tell
I
me.
think you meant you
Right.
said something in the
Yeah, he's like, preach.
Yeah, you don't say preach and then someone goes, I'm gonna go now. Like,
Okay. I'll preach again.
You're so white.
Uh-oh.
Also, Jessica, you have two YouTube accounts? What's going on here?
Wow.
Anyways, continue.
I'm not surprised her other YouTube name is Pokemon Pwns.
Yeah, of course, Pokemon.
Of course. What were you saying, Kirkland?
I was just touching on like a theory of like where they could take the Elder Scrolls game.
yes.
There's have you ever heard of like Akaviri
Mm-hmm.
in that game? It's like a different continent of Tamriel. All
Yeah.
the other games have been on Tamriel.
Yeah.
I feel like they could.
And they're like all those continents are like completely unknown. Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
so
they're
they could do
so
whatever they
unknown.
want with it.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
such an open-ended franchise that they could carry on for years and years, like decades. Like it's
Mhm.
just that's why I'm just so excited with the series.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention though, like for when they released Skyrim, they wanted to make it a little more like open for anyone, where you can kind of do anything, kind of
Yes.
like how they did. I guess it's exactly how they did Fallout 4, right? Like you had
More
unlimited.
casual.
Exactly, like you
Simple.
can spec in anything, whereas in Morrowind you had to choose.
Less depth.
That salt, that minor salt, like in
Let's
Detective
drop
Comics.
any aspect of this being an RPG and just make it an action game.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, but like you know, in Morrowind, like you chose your sign, you chose which character you're gonna be right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, they're trying to make it just open end, and I feel like with the way the game's going, I'm kind of feel like it's kind of hard to go back to just specking in one thing because I feel like
Let the past die.
they want to like bring in and anyone and everyone that they can to play this game, whereas Morrowind's not exactly like that, but what?
Kill it if you have to. Kylo Ren for life.
Okay, I missed that.
Me and Tanner just
ruined that
game over here.
We're
having a game. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm honestly kind of borderline on my decision now for the Elder Scrolls. I feel like if they
are you going back?
I feel like if they show off Starfield, I feel like next E3 is when they announce Elder Scrolls.
I think I like that. It's one or the other. I don't think you get them both. Yeah. Like even in this, even if it was the calendar year, if hey one comes out in November, one comes out in March, I don't think so. I think Bethesda likes to. Like, they pull the Star Wars route where they want to drop, like, a big movie a year and leave it at that.
So, yeah, like, if it's not teased this year, I feel like next year will be the big reveal. Not just a teaser, I feel like it'll actually be like, this is happening.
And if anyone forgets, with Fallout 4, they didn't reveal it at E3. Remember, they dropped that trailer, like, a few weeks or a month before E3, and then they said more at E3, and that's when they announced their first press conference. So, so with Skyrim, they could do the same, or with Elder Scrolls, they could do the same thing of trailer and then more at E3, and that's what you know, okay, the whole conference is going to be based on the new Elder Scrolls game. Like, and that's how I see it. I think they will make it an event like Fallout 4, because Fallout 4, that conference felt like an event, because it was all about the Pip-Boy, and then it was about Fallout Shelter. Like, that whole conference was Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think would happen with Elder Scrolls, that it will be like, this is everything. Where Starfield, if it's a new IP, like, you could make it everything, but people might be like, I don't care about this, like, I don't know. Like, it's Bethesda, like, people are going to tune in for sure, but it doesn't have that name power.
How do you feel if they were to do a remake of, like, Elder Scrolls Arena and Daggerfall?
I think they would have to, like, completely revamp the game, because I've played them recently, and they're really hard to play. Like, they, even, just the way they control, right? Like, it doesn't control like a regular game. It's really awkward to move your character down a hallway. And that's not going to fly in 2018. People are going to be like, this game's fucking stupid. And obviously the graphics are incredibly outdated and all this stuff too.
Crowd.
So I think I would love to see that, because I think it'd be good for me to experience those games, and I have tried recently, but it's just really hard for me to get into them. And
old games are hard to play.
I think Morrowind is possible because it is at least a little bit more modern. There's actually 3D textures and a 3D world and stuff like that, but I think those games are too outdated for anyone who, at least people who weren't around in that era. Because if you played like computer games back in the day and you didn't play that one necessarily, you'd probably be able to navigate it and understand it and have nostalgia for that. But if you never played those kind of games, like PC games back in the day, then it's like, at first you don't even know how to control, and they don't have control, like how to play at the start of those games. They just drop you into them and figure it out.
Is Morrowind actually something that could happen, or are you just still trying to will that in existence? Like, what is your percentage of you actually getting a remake in the next 5 years? That's what I'm throwing at you.
The thing is, I think if they were to remake it, they would change. Like, they would have to change. Like, they would have to change the way combat works. They would have to change. I don't know if they would make it like fully voiced dialogue. Like, I'm not sure. I'm curious what they would want to do with it, because I think Morrowind is to some people it would seem dated, and they wouldn't like it, especially if Skyrim is the only Elder Scrolls game you've played. Sorry, souls, I'm so sorry for you, but I don't think they would jive with Morrowind as well in that sense.
That's my question. Next 5 years, do you get that? Do you get your wish of that? Because every Bethesda E3 you bring up Morrowind, and
I just talk about Morrowind anytime I get the chance.
It just feels like it's the girl that got away, you know, and like, is this girl ever gonna come back? Is this remaster?
But I feel like it's something that maybe they feel like they don't. No, but they don't have to tap into, because they have, I don't know what company it is, but Elder Scrolls Online is tapping into like all these other contents like Summer.
I have the same thing with Knights of the Old Republic. They think we get this online game that's gonna quench our thirst. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing.
I don't think they will do it.
No.
Yeah. My only worry with that for the Morrowind remake, I feel like people will just know Bethesda is just remake, because like they pumped out like however many Skyrim remakes.
Doesn't matter. They'll buy them.
I think it'd be more likely for them to do that for Oblivion, because I think that game's closer to
more current.
It's a very much an in between between like the way mechanics and stuff work tomorrow and how things work in Skyrim. It is like it makes sense as like a bridge game between the two, and I think it would stand up a lot better today. It still has many aspects of it that are dated for sure, and I noticed that as well. And even the graphics have not. I think actually Morrowind's graphics have aged better than Oblivion's in many ways.
I've seen some funny screenshots.
There is some. The lighting in that game is fucking wild, where you go to talk to someone and their face is completely white because there's one candle on the other side of the room. It's like, what is going on? It's really wonky sometimes.
So I have a question for you actually. Do you think it would be bold for them to remake Morrowind and Oblivion in like kind of a combo, but they kind of make the mechanics of the game similar? Like they revamp the combat.
So you mean like they take Oblivion and they add in like Morrowind's world and story?
No. It's Morrowind. It's 2 games in 1. That's what you buy. It's like a remaster of the 2 games, but they revamp the combat so it's not as clunky as Morrowind and stuff, and then they revamp the graphics so that they're like the 2 games are kind of similar. Because I felt like, I don't know, like how you said they kind of bridge the gap between Skyrim and Morrowind for Oblivion. I feel like if they kind of do that for Morrowind a bit, I don't know. Because I feel like Morrowind was perfect, but like the combat was super glitchy sometimes.
Well, it's very old school RPG where you swing at someone and it's a % chance to hit, as opposed to like feeling immersive in that. And when you swing your sword at someone, you're hitting them. I think that'd be cool, and I would want them to even just make like a better combat system, because I think Skyrim's combat isn't even that great.